I welcome you to this training. I welcome you to this training. See if we're not live. Okay. All right. I welcome you to this training. My name is Timothy Amadule, and in this training, I'll be showing you how to use Revit Architecture. And shortly, I'm going to be sharing my screen. And if you have a friend that you want to invite to this training, I want to give you this 3 minutes to invite your friends, invite your colleagues to be able to benefit from this training. And if you are hearing me, type 1 in the comment section so that I can be sure that you are hearing me. If you are hearing me, type Revit tutorial in the comment section. Type Revit tutorial in the comment section so that I can be sure that you are hearing me. I want to give you this 3 minutes to invite your friends and to also set up my backup so that I want to be sure that you guys are hearing me. So if you are hearing me, type Revit tutorial in the comment section. If you can hear me and you can see me, type Revit tutorial in the comment section. I want to be sure that you guys are hearing me. If you can hear me, okay. If you can hear me, type Revit tutorial. Okay, correct. Kenneth Oshabuto is hearing me. All right, very good. Okay. We are moving ahead. Since Kenneth is hearing me, I can be sure that every other person should hear me. Without wasting your time, let's move ahead. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now. Let me share my screen. Okay. If you can see my screen, my Revit screen, type I can see it here. Type I can see it in the comment section so that I want to be sure that you are seeing my screen, that I'm not the only one seeing it here. Type I can see it. Can you see my screen? Please, your feedback is very important. Your feedback is very important. If you can see my Revit screen, type I can see it here. Type I can see it in the comment section. Very good. Wow. Kenneth is very responsive. And Akim, anyway, if I cannot pronounce your name, I am sure that you know what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. All right, so what we want to do today is I want us to start this particular project, and I want us to plan the ground floor plan. So I'm going to be starting this project from an existing project, and from there we get to design the same thing. We want to reproduce the same thing here in this particular training. So the first thing I'm going to do is to save it as another name. I will save it as another name So I'm going to go to, on the top right, on the top left corner, you see file. Sometimes you see file, sometimes you may not see file. Whatever you see, if it is the application menu you see, you click on it. Now, what I mean by application menu is, if you look towards my left, top left, now you see arrow, which represents Revit. That icon, that is arrow, is called application menu. So whatever one you see, whether it is application menu or file, click on that file and click on save as. You can follow my cursor, save as, then follow it to project and select the folder you want to use. The folder I want to save it in is in my documents. And I always recommend that for any client, always have a folder for any client of yours, so that you will not have problem looking for your files. Okay, so I'm going to name it as Revit, Revit tutorial. Revit tutorial. Today is 11th. Let me name it as 11th June. Okay, and always click on this option so that you set the backup to be 1 and click save. Let's wait for it to save. Okay, very good, very good, very good. You guys can see me. Benjamin Stone is see me. All right, very good. Let's wait for it to load. While we are waiting, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, click on that subscription button, that red button, to subscribe to my channel. It's free. To subscription is free. All right, okay. Okay, it has loaded, and from here I cannot see my project browser. So let me, okay, I can see my project browser now. I can see my property palette now. It has come up. All right, so what the first thing I'm going to do is to delete the former project. And in deleting the former project, I recommend that you delete it from elevation or from 3D. Always delete it from 3D. Is always safer. Okay, now this is the 3D of the project we are working on. We want to reproduce the ground floor plan. So I'm going to highlight everything. Okay, now that I've highlighted everything, I am going to go to filter. You can see my cursor and look at, under the filter, look at those things you have selected. Ensure what you have selected are those things you want to delete. Okay, don't delete survey point and don't delete elevation marker. Okay, apart from those things, any other things I can see here, I can delete them. Okay, so I'm going to delete them now. I have selected all of them and I can click on this delete to delete them. All right, so they are gone. I've deleted them. And now I can go to my floor plan, and as you can see, no more walls, no more windows, no more doors. The only things you are seeing here are annotate elements. So I'm going to highlight these ones and delete them. I'm going to select this one too and delete them. By the way, what I used to delete now is a shortcut. I use DE as my own shortcut to delete it. And here we are left with our grid lines. I don't want to delete the grid lines, so let me just highlight them and hide them. My own shortcut for hiding element is BH. So I'm going to press BH. And now all the grid lines are hidden and I cannot see my elevation marker. Let me ensure that my elevation marker is seen. Okay, the elevation markers are, this one is hidden. You can see anything that is hidden, you see it in red. So I'm going to click on hide category at the top here. Once you select it, you see that on hide category is now active. So I'm going to click on hide and I click on toggle reveal hidden elements mode. I click on this one and I am back. And even as I am back, I can only see two elevation markers. What has happened to the remaining ones? Is it that they were deleted or what happened? Let's try and figure out what happens to them. Now, if we go to our elevation, we can see approach view, we can see left side view, we can see rear, we can see right side. It means they are not deleted. It means they are there. Because if they are deleted, we will not be seeing these elevations. Okay, now let's see if probably they were cropped out. And what I mean by crop out is, this is crop view. If I click on it now, those things that were crop out will be seen. Can you see that? Now I can see that other ones were cropped out before. Let me repeat it so that you know what I'm talking about. You see crop view, if I click on it, it will crop it off. It is very useful, especially when you are placing your drawing on panel. It is very, very important. Okay, now I'm going to uncrop it. Okay, then if you want to see the line, the crop region, you want to show it, you click on this button. If I click on this button now, you can now see the crop line. You can see, you can drag it backward, you can drag it back and forth. Okay, then I can hide them. If I want to hide this crop line, I simply click on this button. I'm not going to click on this review hid element. This is the one I'm going to use. It has its own way of hiding it. Its own is different. The button for hiding it is there. So I'm going to click on that. And now that I've clicked on it, you can see there is no more that line. Now let me delete this one. I use BE to delete it. And on this side, I am having two elevation markers. I only need one. So this one is not necessary. So I'm going to delete it and click OK. I've deleted that. So we are left with just four. And these four, this is our approach. This is our right hand side, rear, and left hand side. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and start my planning immediately. I'm going to start my planning and I want to give us a template that I want to use. Let me open that template. Let me open that template. Let me see whether it is here. Is it here? Let me close hidden elements. Okay, it's not here. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to open that file. This is the file I want to use. The file was done in It was done in 2017, and now I am using 2019 to open it. So it wants to upgrade it. It wants to upgrade it, and that is going to take too much of our time. So I'm going to cancel it. Yeah, I want to cancel it. Okay, so I've canceled the upgrade. Let me start from my head. Let me see if I can get it. I'll go to floor plan and move this elevation marker backward a little bit. I'll move this one back a little bit. Okay. Now I am going to select wall on the architecture tab. From my former, okay, let me check that as a good practice, let me check that the levels are okay. Let me check from my elevation that the levels are okay. So if you come to the elevation now you cannot see the levels, and that is based on what happened from the previous project. So we need to try to see our levels. Let's be sure that they are not hidden. You click on this. Okay, now that I click on this toggle review hidden element, you can see that our levels were hidden from the original project. So I'm going to select them and hide them. And even our grid were hidden, but let's forget about grid for now and click on that. Okay, now you see this crop line again. I don't want to see it, and like I told you before, it has its own way of hiding it. So I'm going to select this hide crop region, and boom, hide crop region is hidden. And we have dimension that is already here. Let's be sure that this dimension rhyme with what we want to do. Okay, this one is 150. This is 3,600, 150 mm, 3,600. Okay, it's not too far from what we want to do, so it's okay. All right, and if you look at the name, this is our ground floor plan, and this is first floor. So it's basically the same thing we want to do here. Since it's the same, let's proceed. And if in case during when you are working on your own and it's not the same, at this point you need to adjust the level before you proceed, so that it will not be after you have finished your modeling, you want to adjust the level. At that time your model is going to break, and I wouldn't want you to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go to my floor plan now, and straight away I'm going to select wall from the architecture tab, and you can pick a rectangle. And if you look at the kind of wall we have selected now, see the name. The name is generic 200 mm. I don't know why this name is there. Let's check. Let's check. Let's check the thickness. The thickness is 225. Okay. The person that named it originally didn't name it well. So I'm going to rename it to 225. Let me name it well. 225 instead of 200. 225, and click OK and click apply. So the name is in consonant with what we want to do now. All right, let's start our planning. I want to move this one here. I use control. Did you see what I did there? I select this one, hold on control with my left and drag it. All right. Then I am going to place my dimension using shortcut DS. That's my own shortcut for dimension. Okay. So I am going to click modify, and this is going to be our where our entrance is going to be. So I'm going to select this, and if we have entrance of 1200 mm, it's not bad. It's too small. Let's make it 1500. Let's make it 1500 and press enter. All right. Then at this point, we also have our visitors toilet, and let's ascertain the width of our visitors toilet and click on. I have shortcut for this modify. My own shortcut for this modify is QW, and the reason I do it like that is Q and W are close to each other, and my left hand side is always free to work. So most of the shortcuts I use my left. My left is on shortcut, my right is on mouse. All right. Okay, let's go ahead. So I'm going to select this and make this is visitors toilet. If I make it 1000 mm, it's not bad. And I'm going to select this one too, or let me select this one and hold on my control, drag it. All right. Then let me try and ascertain the length of my entrance porch. If the length of my entrance porch is 3000 mm, it's not bad. I press enter. All right. Then this is, let me move this one here and use extend, EX for extend. Bring this one here and I click this, I click this, I click this, I click this, then I click here to cut this one off. Okay. And I want here to be my entrance porch. So I'm going to use line to represent this place. So I'm going to select line. By the way, I use shortcuts for line, and the shortcut is DL. That DL is for detail line, and the name of the detail line is furniture. You can see it here. I created this line by myself. All right. So I'm going to use that line to, and the reason is I want to remove that wall because I do not have wall here. Okay, so I'm going to remove that wall now, and I click here and on join, click here to remove that wall, and that wall is gone. All right. Okay, so here we are going to have our small ante room. We have our small ante room. So we are going to cut this wall off. Since we are going to cut this one off, I use extend, EX. That is my own shortcut for extend multiple. All right. Then I want to have my ante room here, small ante room. I select this wall, hold on control and drag, and try to place dimension DS for my dimension, place it here and here. Now let's ascertain what should be the width of our ante room. I select this one, and let's have an anti-room of 2400 mm. Okay, that is for, this is going to be our anti-room, and I press EX for extend. Let me cut this one here, click empty space, click here, click the back of it to cut that end, right? So this is our anti-room, and we'll have door to our visitors WC here. We also have door to our guest room here. Our guest room is going to be here. So I'm going to use EX for extend, and I want to plan this place to be visitors guest room, I mean guest room. So let me place my dimension there to know what the size of the guest room should be. And I have placed my dimension. To exit from that command, you can see dimension is still on. So I click on QW. And by the way, I told you before that QW is the same, that's my own shortcut for this modify. It helps me to work faster. Okay, I want to make the guest room to be something like 3600 mm into in, and press enter. Okay, that is my visitors WC. And let's see what our visitors WC will be. Sorry, this is our guest room. Then this is our visitors WC. And from here we have 1680. Let's make it 1800 mm and press enter. Okay, that is our visitors WC. And let's ascertain the width of our guest room. Let's place dimension. My own shortcut for dimension is DS. So I use shortcut there, and I've placed it. I want to exit from the command. So I click on QW to exit from the command, and select this wall, select this to modify the dimension. So I want it to be something like 3600 mm, and press enter. All right. Okay, that is our guest room. All right. Then I want to copy this wall again to have our toilet. And let's try if we can have a long toilet. Have a long toilet of 1000 mm, 1000 mm, and press enter. Okay, that is a long toilet. And from here, we can have our kitchen. We can have our kitchen here. And here we can have our staircase. Okay, let's see if we can have our staircase here. What is the width? The width is 3000. Okay, so I am going to draw my staircase. I used detail line, DL for detail line, and I simply draw a line. I draw a line, and I can offset that line. My shortcut for offset is O, and make it 1200 mm. That is the offset value. And okay, before I offset it, let me place dimension first. Let me place dimension first. Let me make sure that from this wall, this is 1200 exactly. So let's select it and make it 1200 mm and press enter. Okay, then I can even copy this and place dimension here Then make it to be something like 1200 mm from that wall. That is the width of our staircase. And I can have another one. I can select this one. I use create similar. This is the icon for create similar. And my own shortcut for create similar is CS. So I draw a line here, and I am using a lot of shortcuts, and that is why I'm telling you, so that you can know that I am using shortcut. Okay, and I also want you to learn how to use shortcut. It helps your job to be faster. Okay, let me check my backup. Sorry. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's move ahead. Now I can offset this one. Let me offset this one by 300 mm. I'll set this one by 300 mm, and I'm going to use split to cut this one. My own shortcut for split is SL, and I'm going to delete that one. If I am working alone and I do not tell you my shortcut, you may not understand what I'm doing. Okay, all right. Okay, so I am going to pick these ones and use array to multiply them. This is the icon for array, and my own shortcut for array is AR, and I type the number. Let's say I can make it like 12, and I usually uncheck this group and associate. One is to second. So if I pick from here to here, you can see it has multiplied them at once, and that is what I want. Okay, that is what I want. So I can extend this and this. That is our staircase. And let's try if we can have our store here. We can have our store here, and this is going to be our kitchen. Let's ascertain the width of our store. If we have the width of store, which is 1500 mm, it's not too bad. And now let's check the width of our kitchen. The width of our kitchen, let's make it something like 5,000 mm. It's big. Let's make it 4,000 mm. And okay, this is sizable. And I want to extend this wall to here. Then extend this one to here. Then I can extend this one to here too, so that this is our kitchen, and this is our main lounge. And I can extend this, I can cut this one off, okay. I want us to have our laundry here. Laundry and dining will be here. Okay, Let's see what will be our main lounge first before we plan our what should be our main lounge. Let's make the main lounge to be something like 7,000 mm and press enter. This is our main lounge. And let's plan our dining. Let's plan our dining. Our dining can be, it's a small duplex. Our dining can be something like 2,700 and press enter. And from here, I create similar. I want to seclude the dining. This is our dining, and the width here should be something like 1,500 It's not bad. So I select this wall and type 1,500 press enter. It's going to move that wall. Okay. So here, what are we going to have here? Here we can have our kitchen terrace. We can also have our laundry. So let's move this one there and check the dimension. Place our dimension there. Okay, so for the terrace, kitchen terrace, we can make it something like 1,200 and we are now left with a laundry of 2,150, which is not bad. Ex, that is extend. Okay, now this is our laundry, this is our kitchen terrace, and this is a lobby. So for this dining, I want I don't want this wall to be here. I just want a column here, and here will be just arc. Here will be arc. So I'm going to place a line to demarcate the dining from the main lounge. So I'm going to remove those wall. I'm going to remove those wall, and let's use the extend to remove all those walls that we do not want. Okay, as far as this one is concerned, I'm going to delete it. So this is going to be our dining, and this is going to be our kitchen. Let's extend this wall here, and we can now place our doors. Okay, okay, let's deal with this one first because we need to access the staircase from here. So I'm going to remove some of these. So I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to remove this and use extend. And I'm also going to remove this wall so that this this staircase will be lighted up. I don't want it to be dark. So I use SL for split so that I can split this staircase. I can split this wall beside the staircase and delete the internal one. Okay, and let's make this wall to be aligned with this so that it can conceal the staircase a little bit. Uh, and let's repeat this line here. Let's repeat this line here. Okay, so our staircase, we will be climbing up like this, climb up like that, All right. Then I'm going to place a cycle there. Okay, I am using line. Okay, then I want this one to show as arc. This one is at a different level, but here we have arc that are here. So I'm going to use offset, and my shortcut for offset is O, like I told you before. So I'm going to use offset to offset that, and the offset value will be something like 225. Okay, I am going to place something that will represent column. Maybe our column can be circular. We'll work on it later. Just a rough sketch for now, and extend all this one here. Extend all this one here to cut it. Okay. Now this one is representing our beam, our arc above. So I select that line and make it dash line. To get our dash line, I always use overhead. As I've selected it to overhead, now you see that it will be dash line. Okay, this is graphical representation of beam above. Okay, then let's try and place our doors. I select DR. My shortcut for DR is door, and this is the door I want to use. If it is not the one I want to use, I can click on this drop down, but since it's the one I want to use, let me select that one. And it's a small door, so I'm going to bring it here and place it here to access the guest room. Then I place this one here to access the visitor WC. I place this one here. If the door is not going the direction you want, as your cursor is here, click on space bar, it will be toggling it. Okay, you can see as I'm pressing the space bar, it's toggling it. I can now drop it here, and this is for our store, so I can drop it. I can bring it here. It's not going the way I want it. I press space bar and I drop it there. Then for this our kitchen, I drop it here. Then this is for laundry, I drop it there. This is for exit, I drop that. All right. Okay. Now what next are we to do? This is our arc. So I want to open that wall. To open it, I simply select this wall and click edit profile and go to the elevation that will give me that particular wall. I think rear view should give me the elevation, should give me the wall. And I go here, I just draw something. Just draw something, just draw it. Later I will come and do it well. So let me split it for now. My shortcut for split is SL. And in one of my video, I showed you how to customize your own shortcut. So if you have not yet watched that video, you can watch the video on how you can customize your own shortcut. Okay, so I've opened that. Let me finish it. And sometimes I normally place a reference plane to guide me so that I can be sure of the height. Okay, the reference plane is saying that none of the elements created are visible on this elevation. I don't know, maybe I have hidden the category. Let me check. Okay, I have hidden it before. If you have hidden the category and you are trying to draw it, it will not work, it will not show, and that is why it's not showing it. You can see this is the reference plane I've just drawn. So what I'm going to do is to select it and click on hide category and click to go back. Now we can see it now. Okay, then what is happening to our levels? Okay, let's try and unhide our levels. On hide, okay, it's showing that elements, that means they were hidden one by one. Select only the levels and check none. Select only the levels and click OK. Then on hide elements. Close this one for now. Okay. So here we want the height of our terrace. Want to define the height. So I can move this one here and use trim to do that. Okay, this is going to be our arc, and let's finish it for now, and let's place our dimension here to ensure to define the height of our kitchen terrace. Let me read messages. Benjamin, I really admire what you are doing here. Mates, it is really appreciated. Okay. Arc. Hello, sir. Okay, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your message, Benjamin. Thank you so much for your message. Okay, so I'm going to bring this one down now. Let's bring it down to 2,700 and press enter. Mhm. From here, we can define the height of our kitchen terrace, edit profile, and use a line to align it. Correct. Then can finish that one now. Okay, so let's go back to our ground floor plan. You can see this is the one we have just opened, and I want the open to continue here. There are several ways I can go around it. I can just grab this control. I can grab this and drag it to here, and boom, that is all. So I can also cut this one off. To cut this one, there are several ways I can go around it. I can use reference plane to mark this place so that by the time I go to the elevation, I'll be able to see where I'm going to cut. Okay, I select this wall now and edit profile, go to left side elevation, and can you see that reference plane? And I am going to pick this line and go like that, and I can use trim to finish the remaining one and use QW to exit from the command and continue your work. Okay, so that is the arc for that terrace, and go back to your ground floor plan. Okay, so I have opened it and nothing is here now. To make sure that it's not as if here is empty, I'm going to represent it with detail line, and my shortcut for detail line is DL. And what type of line do I want to use? I want to use this furniture. I created this furniture line. It's just a name for that line. Okay, so I'm going to use that line to draw and draw another one here, and I can offset it My shortcut for offset is O, offset that, and I can use trim to trim this one. My shortcut for trim is TR. All right. Then I'm going to select this one, this internal line, because I want to change it to overhead. Overhead meaning is dotted, and when it's dash, sorry, when it's dash, it's representing something that is above, wall beam above. Okay, so I'm going to set it to overhead. Let's look for overhead. This is overhead. This is overhead. Okay, now you see it has changed to dash line. Okay, that is representing our beam. Okay, and what next? The next thing is for us to label our spaces and add windows to it. Let's add label first. Oh, there is an important doors that are left here. That is a double door, a bigger door for main entrance and to kitchen, to main lounge. So I'm going to shortcut for door is BR, and it's bringing a smaller door, but I don't want to use a smaller door. I want to use a bigger door, and the door will be double leaf. So I'm going to select this. I click on this place. I look for, okay, this is one of the door I've used in this project in the past. So I'm going to select that one and place it here, because this is my main entrance. And from the main entrance to the ante, we also have that same double door. And this is to allow heavy furniture to be moved into the building. Okay, that's why it's double. All right, we have gotten our doors. And what next? The next thing is for us to name the spaces of our plan. There are several ways you can go about it. But what I normally use is text. You can use text, you can use room, but in this case, let's use text. So to use text, the shortcut for text is TX. Okay, I've used TX. And from the former project, you can see the type of text here that we are using now. If you click on this drop down, you see different kinds of text for different purposes. There are different kinds of text I have created for different purposes. Some texts are for room labels, some texts are for sites, some texts are for detailings. So this particular one we are using is for room label, and you can see the name I gave it. That was from the former project. All right. So here will be main lounge. I have on my cap lock. Main lounge. Okay, and here will be ante room. Check. Ante room. And this small one will be visitors WC, and this one will be guest room, and this is a toilet for guest room, and this is store, and this is our kitchen, and this is our laundry, this is our terrace, and this is our dining, Okay, so that is the labels of our ground floor plan. And the next thing is to place our windows, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to leave that one till the next training. And so this is where we are going to stop for this particular plan. Okay, this is where we are going to stop for this particular plan. Before we go, let's try and add a step to this. Let's add the step. To add our step, we can use line. We can offset by 300 mm. Let's offset it to 300 mm and use detail line to here, and we can extend this. Okay, okay. So this is our step, and what we are left now basically is the windows and the other graphics that you need to add to your building to make it professional and look presentable. Okay, so I am sure you have benefited something from this training tonight, or sorry, this afternoon rather. And if you have benefited something from this training, don't forget to give me feedback. And at this point, I also like to introduce to you the Revit course, which I titled Revit Tutorial Masterclass. And this particular course is I'm basically going to take you from beginning to being an expert. Become an expert in, let me stop sharing my screen now. I want to stop sharing my screen. Okay, I think it has stopped sharing. Okay, anyway, let's proceed. So this training is basically going to take you from learner, from a novice until you become an expert, and it's going to be a mentorship training, and it's going to help you in the sense that anytime you have any issue, you can call on me, you can chat me on WhatsApp, and I'm going to help you. I'm going to show you what to do. And we have already created videos like I am doing now, like you are following me now. We have already created videos in that platform that are sequentially arranged on my website. So once your payment is made, you'll be given instant access. And similar to what I'm doing now, that is exactly what I do there. And that one is even more clearer because the videos are edited in the sense that at some point there are some annotation that makes it clearer. There are some area that need to be zoomed, that are zoomed wider so that you can understand, you can see it clearly. So those videos are more explicit than this one. Now this one you are seeing here, this is live, this live training. I have not yet edited the videos, but for those videos, they are edited. There are some annotation that are added to make it clearer. So the choice is yours. If you want me to be your mentor and give you everything I've learned in Revit, it's all left to you. And if you want to be alone, you want to be the way you have been and be making trial and error. If you face any difficulties, you go to YouTube and browse. It doesn't matter how many videos you can watch before you can get the answer to what you are looking for. That is your choice. But if you want me to be your mentor, so that anytime you have any issue, you can call on me and straight I take you to where you what to do. And sometimes I organize online video calls like on Zoom, so that I clear some areas that are difficult for students to understand. And right now, the total value you get from the training, if you have watched my previous video and some of the text that I sent to you guys, you understand that the total value you get from my training is worth 984,000. That is the cost plus the bonuses. Everything is worth 984,000 naira. And I am not even charging anything close to that. Not even 200, not 100,000 naira. And currently, I am charging 30,000 naira just for your mentorship. And currently, as of today, we have a promo that is going on. And the promo is for the first 20 persons that will gain access to this promo, to this course from the time it started. Those 20 persons are going to get this course at 20,000 naira only instead of 30,000 naira. I'm sure you understand it. The regular price for this course is 30,000 naira, and that 30,000 naira is equivalent to $70. But for the first 20 persons that are going to gain access to this course, from when I started the promo, I started the promo at on the 31st of May, and the promo is still on because the number has not completed yet. But once the number completes 20, that is going to be the end of the promo. And I mean it. This is not fake fake promo. Once the number completes, I'm going to end the promo. The price is going to go back to 30,000 naira. And at that point, I may not listen to some people that may be saying, can you give it to me at 20,000 naira? I may not listen again because I have given you opportunity to gain access to this course. So if you miss it, that means you may end up getting it at 30,000 naira, or you can go and get it from somewhere else that you think maybe is cheaper. All right. And some people are saying that 30,000 naira is too expensive. Well, people have different opinions. Now, there are certain things that will come that you see that that price is nothing. For instance, what is the cost of losing a job? If you check well the cost of losing a job because you have not mastered it. Now a client comes to you and say, I want you to do this thing for me, and you suddenly realize that, oh, I have not mastered how to use this Revit very well yet. If I had known, I would have learned this thing that time, that month, last 3 months, I would have learned it. The client is not going to wait for you. You have simply lost the job. Now, what is the cost of losing that job? Probably that job would have paid you 50,000 naira, 60,000 or 80, but you have lost the job. But anyway, so people think differently. All right, so I'm not going to talk too long. If you want to gain access to the course, you simply make your payment to my account and you will be given instant access. There is no going back. The day you make your payment, that is the same day you'll be given access. You'll be added to our WhatsApp group and you'll be given our bonuses immediately. The bonuses are still on, though the bonuses may not be there forever anyway. But for those that are going to get it at this promo price, they are also going to get those bonuses. If you are on my WhatsApp, I normally send you the links to the bonuses. I don't want it to take too much time, so I'm not going to mention all the bonuses now. But in case you want to know more about the bonuses, I'm going to list them. You can contact me on WhatsApp. So I want to round this video here so that we can end the training here. All right, I hope you benefited it. If you want me, if you want to gain access to the course today, as of today, 4 persons have grabbed the promo price, and we are left with only 16 people. And once that 16 complete, that is the end of the promo, and the price is going to move back to 30,000 naira. All right, so congratulations to you if you are going to get this course today, and it is practically based on fastest finger. The first 20 people that gain it are the ones that are going to get it at that promo price. All right, thank you for watching this training. Thank you for coming today. If you have a question, I'm going to give room for questions. You can ask your question in the comment section. You can ask your question so that I can attend to you. So let me read some of the comments. You can drop your I really admire what you are doing here. Okay, that was Benjamin. And Damalo, I cannot pronounce the name very well. Say hello, sir. Okay, thank you for your comment. And the last one is, sir, I do really appreciate your time and effort. That is Sylvester. Sylvester, thank you so much for your comments. I really appreciate you too for your own comment too. Thank you for coming to the training. If you are not here, I will not be here. All right, this is where we are going to wrap up the training for today. And I'm going to see you either in the course or we'll see later, whichever is your choice. All right, see you later. Bye.